Now let's move on to the sound modifiers. We have an oscillator section where you can select the following. Sample start. You can offset from where the sample is going to start. If I select the sample to start later, I will lose the initial byte of the piano key in this case. You can transpose the pitch by octaves, by semitones or keys, use fine-tuning, this envelope amount knob will allow you to modify the pitch according to the attack, decay, sustain, and release of your filter envelope. Let's try a more interesting envelope and see what happens. So I'm going to have a slower attack, more decay, less sustain. Let's try it with less amount for a more of a narrow change of pitch. And let's try a negative value. So now the pitch rises instead of falling down. I want to make clear that all of these parameters are global and they're going to affect all of the samples that you have in your different zones. Whereas these ones that we checked before, those are individual to the currently selected zone. We have an amplitude envelope, attack, decay, sustain, and release. We have a filter section that is activated, frequency and resonance, filter types, high pass, band pass, and 2 low pass filters, and filter envelope, attack, decay, sustain, and release applied to the filter. Amount. Let's try it with a slower attack. LFO now is set to 0. Let's synchronize it to tempo, set it to 16 notes. Choose a square waveform, increase the amount, and assign it to the filter. Now let's try with the panning and oscillator, which is going to alter the pitch. So you can go from a very realistic sound to a very trippy one. You can do really strange things. I'm going to turn off the LFO and the filter envelope so we can have a little bit of a more pure sound. This is where we assign velocity to different parameters. Let's try to amplitude so I can play different dynamics. You can have a slower attack according to velocity. Offset the sample start. And if you have your filter on, have velocity applied to filter frequency. The modulation wheel can be applied to the filter frequency, filter resonance, filter decay, amplitude or volume, and LFO amount. Portamento is going to act like a sliding effect between two notes. The more amount of portamento, the longer the sliding time from one note to the other. Polyphony is the amount of voices that you will be allowed to play at the same time. Usually between 16 and 24, it's a good number. Spread is going to divide the lower and higher registers by left and right speakers. In the next video, we are going to learn how to import custom samples to the NN19.